that sounds just so fantastic, like as though it's a fantastic brush. They are lovely brushes, they'll last forever. I've had this for almost 20 years, and it's as good now as it was at that time. And I mean, if you buy a good brush, it will last you forever, forever. This one is called Orchid and Bird, or whatever it was. Whew, I almost moved on. Wrong one. This is the Orchid here. And as you can see, it goes so fine, you would think it would be as good as a small brush. They are, and lots and lots of paint. I mean, it'll go on and on, and you'll be surprised. Just, I mean, you pick up your paint and you go on, and you wait to dip again type of thing, but you'll be very happy. And most of these brushes, they're all from the same place, but buy a good brush, and these are all just a little bit different. Here is what they call the Happy Dot. It is like your fine point one that you would be using from any of your small brushes. It doesn't have, you know, much room to carry much stuff, but hey, if you're doing some very fine black work, and this is a lovely brush. And there's one with, you know, half a dozen little hairs in it.
Where did you get your brushes?
I got these all from OAS, Oriental Art Supplies, and that's all I did. I ordered them, okay, and you're welcome to do so. They're from California, but as I say, just there's a toll-free number here. It's got everything in it. Like this is the order page, so you can put it in and you can check for prices if you're interested. This one was the most expensive one, but it's the one that I use for everything, just absolutely everything.
Betty?
Yes.
Excuse me for interrupting. So you're saying expensive, like what?
Oh,
what does that run, kind of?
This one was $18.
Ah.
Oh, just from the bank when I took that one out.
I wondered about that because I bought a good one and it was $6.98. I was like, oh, I don't think I got a good one.
The Happy Dot, I think, is about $9, but the rest there were some $6 ones as well. But okay,
18.
the thing is, these do not drop hairs. I was so excited when I started, and I got a less expensive one from Opus. Oh, dip it in. Ta-da. Oh, what's that? Hairs, like you wouldn't believe. This is why I say, don't waste your money. If you're going to get a Chinese brush, get one, you know, from the real macaw. You know, get what? Because these they never drop a hair, never. You know, so I don't know what they have used in here for the line of glue or whatever, but hey, they are just fantastic. I mean, you can do. I mean, these are the type of things. You know, you push heavier and then you drag it up to get the point of the leaf, for instance. And it's just, you know, and speaking of painting on, when I had said, yeah, just like a cardboard and a piece of felt, very expensive, you know, or a tea towel, something has to be there between the paper and the backboard. It can't be something smooth like this, or the paint will go right through the paper and onto the backing. So, and you don't want that to happen. When you're painting on rice paper with our regular watercolor paints, we need to use gum arabic. Okay, the first time, okay, you wet your brush, and take out most of the water. You dip it in about 3/4 of the way. Take it off as, you know, much as you can, type of thing. And then you would use that to dip in and in and in and wherever. If you change color, you must wash your brush out very well, and then you dip in again. Okay, you don't want, it is so easy. I have loaned out these several times, and I have made up a batch for us anyway. But people forget about cleaning the brush, and then that dirty brush goes in here, and then that pollutes the rest of the paint here for the gum arabic for everyone else. So that's all I ask. I mean, I've got these to share out there, so, you know, put them here and there, so every time, you don't need to use that much. It's just when you're changing color. I mean, and here, you can dip into your alizarin print, whatever color. Okay, pretend I've gone there, okay? And then I would go in about this much, about half a brush or whatever, depending on how much you plan on using it. And then you can dip into your yellow, for instance.
With the same brush. Same brush?
Same brush. And there's no red in there, you'll see. And you don't need much, okay, just to change. And you'll see there is some yellow there, as well as, and every time you've used it, you know, just push it down, smoosh it, and drag it. Just, you know, you can do, there is so much you can do with it. So you can do this, you know, go around from paint to paint, not white. Do not put it into your white, because that's my white is gouache. Okay?
I'm just confused because you said to dip it when you're changing color.
If you're changing color, okay, you've got all these colors up, but normally you'll be doing half a dozen flowers or something in one color.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, you'll be using it, and then if you go to change color, okay, and you can go straight from here to green to do your leaves and everything. It's when you're changing color or you want to go into a white for some, you know, for whatever purpose. That's when you need to wash your brush out very well, and then start again with your gum arabic. Okay, all our colors here, our watercolor paints has gum arabic in it already, but not enough for the rice paper. Okay, so that's the purpose, because the rice paper, it's a paper of its own, that's all I can say. Everything else, you know, you would be using on whatever without having to worry about the amount of gum arabic in it. But if you did not have gum arabic in it, it will bleed on the edges. You'll see, you know, some of the things that I've got here, you'll see that, you know, hey, you've got a bleeding edge. And that means, because it has some body, the paper, it's just a little bit crazy, you know, type of thing. So then you think, oh, damn, I forgot to put the, you know, one on the brush, you know, type of thing.
It's a binder. Like
It's a binder, yes, yes.
Binds it together.
Yeah. So that's the gum arabic. And I just, you know, hey, forever and a day, you know, it doesn't go, it goes a long, long way. But I thought, oh, no problem. So I ran out of it, so I bought the powdered. And I thought, oh, okay, but the powdered came out this color, but it's no problem. It doesn't show up on the paper as color. So.
Well, my powder, it came out white.
Okay, from the powder?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
So after you clean your brush, then you have to dip it into the
Then
gum arabic.
Yeah, then I would wash it down again. I don't have any of my cloth here at the moment. But just dip it in about 3/4. And I mean, it looks, oh, thank you. It looks like there's no color to it. I mean, when you drag it down, you know, there's not really much color to it. So it's not going to make a difference when you're painting with it. Okay, and take out most of it, and then you would go on to painting whatever you're going to be doing. I would like you, if possible, to practice on the leaves. If you're going to be doing these kind of leaves, when you look at this closely, there are maybe 4 or 5 different colors of these leaves. And you'll notice like this color is carried down through here. So with the paint was still on the brush, okay? So it just comes off eventually. But you'll notice there's some dark and there's some lighter and various colors. It just to make your painting interesting. When you're doing any Chinese brush, you start with the flowers always first, and they can be higgledy-piggledy on your paper. And then you would do your leaves. And lastly, you do your stems. Okay, so this stem is a very short stem here and here. Okay, but now I know where the stem starts after the leaves are on. Okay, it's the same for doing a tree. In any of these kind of things, you'll see the trunk is the last to go on.